Episode 23, Series 4 of 1001 Stories of Greatness. 5 minutes too late. The dawn light filtered through the curtains when Naomi woke suddenly to her alarm. She sat up, squinting at the clock on her wall, but a wave of grogginess pulled her back down. Just a few minutes, she murmured, as if bargaining with time itself. Soon, she drifted back to sleep. 5 more minutes, she whispered into her pillow. Just 5. But 5 minutes became 40. A persistent car horn jolted her awake at 9 a.m. Her stomach dropped before her eyes even fully opened. Gosh, not today, Naomi cried, bolting for the bathroom as the horn played again. Outside, Edward waited in silence. He was her neighbor and colleague, and she relied on him for a lift to work every day. By the time Naomi finished getting ready and reached the window, Edward had already left. A sharp sting rose in her chest. He actually left me. It wasn't just irritation now. It was embarrassment sitting quietly beneath it. Naomi grabbed her phone and booked a ride. Already late, before the day had properly begun. During the commute, her phone vibrated. It was Nicole, another colleague. Naomi, where are you? The presentation started 10 minutes ago, Nicole said sharply, irritation in her tone. Naomi exhaled. What's with the tone, Nicole? I'm on my way. Her response was quick, defensive. You don't have to speak to me that way. Naomi ended the call, but the discomfort lingered. Soon, she arrived at the office and went straight to the conference room. The atmosphere felt heavier than usual. Her team was already presenting, and no one turned as she slipped in. For a moment, it felt like she had arrived after her own life had already moved on without her. After the presentation, Naomi approached the manager, Mr. Abel. Sir, I'm sorry, I'd like to present my slides. Without looking up fully, he replied, Next group, ignoring her. Her throat tightened. Sir, I can still. Naomi, he said more firmly, you are done. See me after this session. Later in Mr. Abel's office, the silence was deliberate. I'm told punctuality is becoming an issue, he said. Naomi blinked. That's not accurate. I'm rarely late. Edward and I, he can confirm. Mr. Abel closed the file. I've heard what I need to hear. The sentence landed harder than anger would have. Naomi left Mr. Abel's office and approached Edward, explaining her dilemma with Mr. Abel. Edward responded carefully, as though choosing each word with precision. I saw Nicole speaking to Mr. Abel during the presentation after you were confirmed absent, Edward said. Maybe she told him you struggle with time, since he is new here. Naomi felt something shift inside her, not anger yet, but focus, Nicole. Not confusion, not even surprise, only recognition. The next morning, Naomi confronted Nicole. I know you lied to Mr. Abel about my lack of punctuality. Don't bother denying it. I just want to know why. Nicole didn't flinch. If I had something to say, Naomi, I would say it to you, not behind your back. The answer didn't comfort her. It only deepened the uncertainty. Soon, Mr. Abel arrived before the argument could continue. Problem? He asked. Nicole spoke first. Sir, Naomi thinks I reported her attendance to you. A pause followed. Then Mr. Abel looked at Naomi, not harshly, but with a tired kind of clarity. You should be careful what you assume, he said. Not everything you think is happening. That landed differently, not as accusation, but as instruction. Later, Naomi pulled Edward aside. It wasn't Nicole, she whispered, her brow furrowed. I wonder who it actually was. Edward shook his head, his expression growing. There's only one way to find out. Let's go back and ask Mr. Abel. When they stood before his desk again, Edward didn't waste time. Sir, who exactly is claiming that Naomi is always late? Mr. Abel leaned back, the leader of his chair creaking in the sudden silence. He looked surprised, then his gaze shifted between them. It wasn't just one person, he said, pausing as if weighing how much to reveal. It came from patterns, conversations, and assumptions people made around each other. Then, more quietly, Mr. Abel said, "But I also know when something is being exaggerated." His eyes settled on Naomi. Don't let external noise become your internal identity. At the same time, have the courage to face uncomfortable patterns. Remember, not all feedback is reality. Stop chasing the whispers and start leading yourself. Outside, the building felt quieter than usual. "So, I still don't know who started the lie," Naomi said, her voice barely a whisper. "Does it matter who said it?" Edward asked, his eyes on the road. "You know who you are. Yesterday was a fluke, and we both know it won't become a habit. Don't give a lie the power to distort what you know to be true about yourself." Naomi didn't respond. She spent the rest of the drive watching the street lights glow against the glass. It wasn't until they turned onto their street that she finally broke the silence. "My parents used to say there will always be hearsay. The trouble starts when you start believing it." Edward nodded. "Or when you start reacting to them like they are." Silence followed, not empty, but heavy with understanding. That night, Naomi finally understood the truth behind Miss Abel's words. Feedback isn't always a two-way street. Sometimes it's a narrative built when you are not even in the room, shaped by hearsay, trying to counter a false narrative about yourself. That night, Naomi finally understood the truth beneath Mr. Abel's words. Feedback isn't always a two-way street. Sometimes it's a narrative built when you are not even in the room, shaped by hearsay, trying to counter a false narrative about herself as a losing game she no longer cared to play. Naomi chose to stop feeding the rumors with her attention and began focusing on her own growth instead. Keep enjoying the episodes of 1001 Stories of Greatness at 1001storiesofgreatness.wordpress.com.